Familiar?
Familiar, funny. Here are the berries that we picked, and we're going to make a fresh blueberry pie today, which means we're not baking it in the oven. It's just going to be fresh berries with a glaze in a pie crust, and that'll be super delicious. We actually have a local restaurant in town that serves their fresh blueberry pies every summer, and it's always something that everyone in town kind of looks forward to. But we decided we're just going to make it at home and not have to pay, like, I don't know, $6-7 a slice
for a little tiny junior pie. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. I have already washed my blueberries, and I'm just going to show you a quick way how I dry my berries so that they don't get any excess liquid in the pie. I have one of those dish drying mats that I picked up probably at Costco. I think they came in a package of 2. And I'm just going to pour my berries out very slowly and try to pick out.
Whoa! Watch out there.
So
you're trying to escape.
So make a little wall with one side so that they don't.
I would help you, but
yeah.
I'm holding.
What was I going to say about the berries? I don't remember now.
You did it.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to shake them around a bit. Make sure that just kind of.
Without crushing the berries.
Yes, and without bruising them, or you're just gently drying them. And this works out pretty well.
Or we can have the kids hand dry each berry individually. But that would be like child labor, right?
Well, you know, a few years ago, they banned what is it called? Like just going to U-Pick because the government saw it as child labor. So there are lots of farms who couldn't offer U-Pick because of
the regulations.
That reason. Anyways, I think it's all changed now because we were able to U-Pick. I'm also going to take off any stems that I see that you don't want to eat. Wow, I just dropped one. I have about 4 to 5 cups of berries here. It equals about 1.5 pounds. And I just kind of eyeballed it to see how much I could fit into my pie crust. And that's what I came up with. So you may want to adjust it depending on how big your pie crust is.
Oh, here's the next challenge.
Pour these into this bowl.
They're pretty dry.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all the moisture that it wicked out.
Yep. To make my simple syrup, I am using 3/4 cup of lemonade that I have. You can use any clear fruit juice or even water if you don't have any juice. And 3/4 cup sugar. And we're just going to heat that up and dissolve the sugar. It'll just take a few minutes. So once it comes to a simmer, we're going to put in a little cornstarch slurry. I'm going to use about a teaspoon of cornstarch. Just a little bit of water to dissolve it.
And remember, not hot water.
It won't dissolve in hot water. Stir that in. I don't know if that'll be thick enough. It's hard to tell. I might put in another teaspoon. I'm afraid it's not going to be thick enough, so I'm just going to add another teaspoon. So that's 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. A little bit of water. And just simmer that for another minute and then we're done. We're going to let this cool down for a little bit before adding it to the fruit. Alright, so we let our simple syrup or glaze, that's the consistency you want, We let it sit for about 15 minutes just to cool down. And we're going to pour that into our berries. And the reason why we're doing that is kind of to preserve the berries a little bit if you don't eat your pie right away, or add a little bit of sweetness as well. Because once you wash your fruit, they pretty much start to go bad. So you have to eat them right away. And this will just help to keep them looking fresh and tasting fresh. Okay, I'm just going to pour it all in. Just stir it around. Make sure all the berries are covered or coated. Now I baked our pie crust this morning because it was cool. We are still under a heat advisory here, so it's really hot during the day. Didn't want to turn on the oven later in the morning, so I got up earlier to bake this. And look at what happened to my pie crust.
It's a bit wonky.
I used a pre-made pie crust out of the freezer from Trader Joe's, and it comes in a flat sheet, and you're basically supposed to just lay it in your pie plate and then crimp the edges and push the pie crust down, but it shrunk on like these random sides. But it is what it is. It'll be fine.
It's rustic.
And we're using that word very loosely.
Yeah.
You can use whatever pie crust. You can make your own pie crust. You can buy pre-made pie crusts. It makes it just so much simpler to enjoy.
All right.
Okay, so I'm just going to pour this in here. And then we're going to put that in the fridge and let it sit. I have a 9-inch pie crust. That helps for a 9-inch pie plate. Maybe this pie crust was only for 8-inch, I don't know. We're gonna put it into the refrigerator to let it cool and set. So it'll probably be an hour or two.
Right, can't wait.
All right, see you in a bit. And we're back. It's been a few hours that we've left the pie in the fridge to chill. The liquid part of it didn't solidify as much as I thought it would, but it's okay. It's still quite syrupy, so it's thick, and I think it'll be fine. So now it's time for
the taste. I'm happy because there's pie. You saw just now the cross section of the blueberry. It's not one of those pies where the blueberry's been cooked down and it's kind of just blueberry colored flavored pie. And I love that the blueberries are together, whole, natural, and with a good crust. The blueberries were naturally sweet to begin with, but that added, what do you call it, syrup?
glaze.
Glaze is nice.
Well, there's a, because I made it with lemonade, it's a little bit lemony too, right?
True. It's got that bit of tartness. And that glaze isn't overpowering though, which is great. So
I know
good.
that you're lactose intolerant, but I'm sure Miss E will have it with some ice cream or whipping cream, and that will go really
That's
well.
sacrilegious. Why mess with a perfectly good pie? It's really good.
Awesome.
And if you didn't know, I'm having dessert before dinner.
Of course you are.
Hey,
So that was a super duper easy recipe, especially if you buy the pie crust and you don't even, but you know what, even if you made it yourself, it'd be super easy to do, I'm sure.
and would it apply to just about any berry?
I guess. You know, that restaurant I was mentioning earlier that has the blueberry pies now, they used to have fresh strawberry pies. And I don't know when they changed it over to blueberries, but maybe to be more local. But it's been several years now that they've switched over, since they switched over to blueberry.
Hey, so let us know, guys, what your favorite fruit pie is.
Yeah, oh, and also, if anyone has any suggestions on how I could have made my crust fill up the pie plate more, I'm not sure why it shrunk on the sides, because when I started, I had pinched, everything together along the edge, so I don't know what happened.
You know, it might look deformed, but it still goes down just as good.
All right, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and come find me on Instagram and Facebook. Till next time, be simple, ordinary, and joyful.